everybody, East Coast Reefer here. One of the last few videos now. I think I have 4 left to make for what I took at Aquah this year. So this one is the D&D and Reef Zlements stand. Spent quite a bit of time chatting to the guys on here. There's a little demonstration of their new KH Manager dosing system in this as well as the Deltec skimmer. I was really impressed with this skimmer. It was very, very quiet. And you wouldn't normally notice this in the exhibition, but getting in early, especially on the first day when it was a little bit quieter, you could really tell how quiet that skimmer was. It was very impressive. Let's have a look at their stand. They had this huge tank right on the edge, and it was absolutely stunning. Not a big fan of this weir box design into the tank, but when you've got a tank that big, it really doesn't matter. The sump that they had in it was not the right sump, so it looks very small, but that was because they obviously built the tank beforehand, so you don't have much time to set up, and they needed to transport it over to the show, and they couldn't take the full-size sump out once it was built. Then we have that end panel there where you can mount equipment to, I guess, if you wanted to. There's a pass-through hole in it as well. Needed to help it in with my foot. But yeah, what a massive tank that is. Don't know whether I could have one that big. But they had some more tanks on the stand as well as a whole array of equipment. Loads of Reef Zlements stuff, loads of Deltec skimmers, Clarity rollers. I had an AC unit, the AI Nero stuff, D&D dosing equipment. It's another one of their tanks. They also had some of these rocks here, and as well as that they had like coralline coloured powder and this coralline spray that you could spray on. So I'm still at the D&D stand, and one of the things that stood out to me yesterday when it was probably a lot quieter than it is today, I changed over to this microphone here just to let you hear how quiet this Deltec skimmer is, because it really surprised me. So I don't know if you can hear that, because some guy keeps on coming over and hoovering. They have this special little device here as well that prevents the skimmer cup from overflowing if you forget to turn the skimmer off and you turn your return pump off. So instead of filling up the neck and overflowing into the basket at the top, it will just run out into this little device on the side and just circulate round. I'm here on the D&D stand, and we're going to look at the latest dosing with the KH Manager to manage all the levels. Just take us through that?
Yeah, of course. So if you just come over to the KH Manager, I can show you what's going on. So what you tend to do is the KH Manager is capable of doing 1 to 24 tests a day. Normally people, like I said, like myself at home, I run 4 tests a day. And what the KH Manager will do is it will run the test. Once it's run the test, it will then talk to the doser, and it will work out where your pH is sat at. If your pH is low, it will tell the doser to push in pH+. So your pH+ contains your KH additive, but also an additional additive to increase your pH. If your pH is all stable and all okay, it'll tell the doser to pull from head 2, which you have your complete on, which will just give your daily dosage of your KH buffer. Then on head 3, you also set the universal, which is your calcium, and obviously some other elements in there, and that doses at the same measurement every single day to keep your calcium and KH in sync.
Yeah, okay.
So with this new feature, it enables the KH Manager to stabilise your pH and to also stabilise your KH at your desired level. The other additional thing that it does as well is you have KH buffer onto the actual machine, and what it will do then is will buffer your KH if your KH is low for any time in the day at all, to make sure your KH stays as stable as possible throughout the day.
Yeah. So that was the D&D stand, and like I say, they had a lot of stuff there. Some really knowledgeable guys on there as well. It was great chatting with them, and about Reef Zlements as well as the KH dosing method, which was quite interesting. But thank you for watching, and I'll have another video out real soon.